And now to a Fox 5 update, especially for those who plan to fly internationally soon. Passport delays and long lines have been an ongoing nationwide issue within the last year, and it isn't getting all that better.
And last year we were out at the passport office in Henderson where people were waiting in lines for an entire day. Fox 5's Danny Maston checked in today to see if there's been any improvements and joins us now with the latest.
Jacqueline and Joe, the city of Henderson, tells me while they have seen a bit of a slowdown in demand since I last checked in with them in March, they are still reaching capacity every day before even opening their doors at 7:30 in the morning.
If you are hoping to travel abroad this summer, now is not the time to wait.
When we came, we had like 46 people ahead of us.
We had to come in the morning, probably around like 6:30, but there's already kind of a line.
Those who are taking advantage of the city of Henderson's walk-in passport center are having to wait up to 5 hours.
You can't travel internationally without the passport, so unfortunately we are seeing people having to cancel trips.
The city clerk for Henderson tells me she is hearing the U.S. Department of State is having staffing issues, which is causing the longer wait times for receiving a passport.
They are still backed up because of COVID travel, so they are having some delays on their end, but on our end, we are fully staffed.
Right now, it takes 10 to 13 weeks for standard processing and 7 to 9 weeks for expediting. I also spoke with the county clerk who tells me it is experiencing the same delays with the Department of State, but says they have opened up 25 more appointments to help with the summer travel demand.
If you make an appointment that you show up, if you have to cancel, then go ahead and let us know so that somebody else can come in. Because if you're making multiple appointments, it appears that there's a bigger backlog than there is.
And says there are some things you will need in order to get your passport and for it to not get rejected. Fill out the initial application online, bring your original birth certificate, not a photocopy, and make sure you don't have a bad quality passport photo.
We are very careful to go through all of your paperwork and make sure that there's no red flags.
The overall message from the city of Henderson and the county: plan ahead and don't wait until the last minute.
Again, the city of Henderson here only does walk-ins. If you do want to make an appointment, you can do that through the county. We also have a link to do that on our website by visiting fox5vegas.com. Reporting live, I'm Danny Maston, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.